Welcome. Today is 20th September 2024, and the important takeaways from today's newspaper are: in page number 1, regarding Arjikar rape case, they have given an article that doctor calls off strike after Bengal government lists reforms. So, since 1 month, the doctors are protesting in all parts of the West Bengal and in all parts of the India also. So, regarding that, government have done some reforms in that manner. And also, this topic is particularly regarding to the mechanisms, laws, institutions, and bodies constituted for betterment of vulnerable sections. Okay, so let's see what are the reforms that Bengal government has brought. So one of the most important aspect is in its the healthcare administration and to improve the healthcare system and protection. So the day before, there is a government have nodded head for deploying, private security agencies for the protection of the hospitals, and also CCTV surveillance. So in many hospitals they have installed CCTV surveillance, and also security enhancements are done, whereas a deployment of more female security personnel was ordered, and also internal complaints committee was established in all hospitals, and also emergency helpline and panic buttons, those apps in that also. And also the main thing is they have introduced a bill, Aparijita Women and Child Bill 2024, and it is a landmark anti-rape legislation aimed at combating sexual crimes. So in that there are some key provisions. The first one is death penalty for rape. That is one thing. Second one is stricter penalties for sexual crimes. So they have increased the quantum of punishment for those crimes. Third one is trial will be the speedy trials will be there, and they have ensured, government is ensuring that the cases are processed within the 21 days of filing charges for smooth and swift justice. And also special tribunals and task forces are also being established. So let's see how it evolves. How the strengthening of the I mean things happen in the mechanisms of the government. Let's see. And so what are the reforms that brought out by government are these reforms. So because they have increased, rape punishment also they have included. So, and also POXO Act got strengthened a little bit. So next will and also, when you look on the NCRB reports, there is a conviction rates have increased from 27% to 28 reports, and there are several problems also, because under reporting of rape is happening. And also we have seen recently about the distribution of rapes in India. It is very highest in Rajasthan, UP, and MP. So that you can revise. Okay, next just scroll. In page number 2, Aam Aadmi Party BJP nominate councillors for standing committee. Just know what is standing committee and types of it. So yesterday we have discussed it. Just revise. Next scroll. In page number 4, so it's just a political opinion, but in UPSC perspective we will see whether why balance is required between the bureaucracy-led governance replaced with, he was saying that bureaucracy-led governance replaced with people's representative-led governance, which should be there. He's Odisha CM is saying that some political statement is saying, but we need to do in, whether bureaucracy is good or representative-led governance is good, and what are their roles, we'll see. Yeah. So because whenever it is about the expertise versus accountability, bureaucracy will brings the technical expertise. Civil servants are trained in public administration. They offer a long-term view of policy and execution, and they have experience because they study everything in multidimensionally. So expertise and bureaucracy will bring expertise, whereas elected representative, they aimed at they know the people pulse. So in that, the aspirations of the people will also be strengthened in the democratic process with democratic governance, whereas efficiency and democratic will. So efficient bureaucracy will focus on efficiency, rule-based governance, and it minimizes the risks of populism. So those things are there. Whereas when you take representative governance, democratic, it will strengthen the democracy, and bureaucracy will be on long-term vision. Whereas these politicians generally prioritize the short-term gains for policies and policy implementation. Those things are there. And checks and balances. A bureaucracy-led system alone risks becoming rigid, unaccountable, and disconnected from ground realities. It leads to inefficient something. Checks and balances. Those things are there. Just it changes with respect to place and country also. Just know that. And just scroll in the same page. Move to urbanized Delhi villages leads to distress. So High Court flags issues. So, just leave this article. The article saying that the people, the village people are included in urban areas, and the urban area people, they were in the distress. So because, and also in the rules also there is no certain, I mean there is no clarity over the law and policy regarding this. So the issue is basically there are nearly 350 villages in Delhi, and out of those 130 are in South Delhi. Some villages are being given, so they have declared it as an urban. So if it is declared, if it is declared as an urban under the Municipal Corporation Act, the Gram Sabha gets dissolved, right? So the land is vested in the central government, and the Delhi government's revenue department stops maintaining its land records. So whenever the Delhi government stops land records, so the money will go to the central government. So in that way, some Delhi villages leads to stress. Something is given, it's not that much important, but know the what are the powers of Gram Sabha, and how the municipal corporation works, and what are how it is interrelated, and what are the challenges. And for example, if you urbanize the villages, what are the repercussions, what are the advantages, those things. For example, there is a loss of traditional livelihoods, there is a displacement, relocation, cultural identity will be lost, inclusive, maybe inclusive development. It can foster inclusive development also, or it can marginalize the people also. So there is an environmental impact also if you urbanize the villages. And also the connectivity, those things are there. And also other issues are these are now villages. If you want to make into an urban, and if you consider it as an urban, the taxes on the people will increase. So people who are in the villages generally are poor, and they may not be willing to join as urban. So that is one problem and concern is there. So that is all about this Delhi villages thing. Next, just scroll. In page number 5, Governor seeks report on works taken up by Muda on Karnataka CM oral orders. So Mysore Urban Development Authority, some scam is there, some allegations are going on. The thing is, Governor seeks report. So in this perspective, we need to know what are the powers of the Governor. So Governor basically is that he's a constitutional head of the state, and he's acting as a representative of President, and also he has some specific responsibilities related to reports. And he is a person who will present the annual financial statement and budget to the state legislature, and also state administrative reports he have to work on. I mean whether the administration is functioning well in accordance with the constitution and law. And also he will do some recommendation and decisions. And also there are in passage of the bill also, he will either approve the bill, or he will send it to the president for reconsideration. So those things are there. And he also have reports from commission. He will receive commissions from human rights commission, etc., etc. Those things are there. Just know what are the powers of the governor, what are the legislative powers, judiciary powers, and executive powers, and what are governor's limitations. Those things, if you can work on it, it's very good. And next, just scroll. Just scroll. So in page number 8, they have given about Independence Day in Kashmir, because Kashmir, the voting percentage have increased a lot, and it's been after long insurgency, militancy. Those things happened in Kashmir. Now the people are, breathing the democratic winds. So in this first paragraph, they have nicely poetically. He have described that autumn has arrived in Kashmir, and the sun has grown midler. People are busy in roadside, orchids picking windfall, apples in South Kashmir, Shopian. So he's like describing the city, and how the elections have the ability to change the democratic patterns in the Jammu and Kashmir, and how the people are responding to it. And also many independent candidates were also participated in the election. They have contested in the election. That thing is there. Page number 9, walk on the flowery asile. So flower market, something they have given, it's not needed, but know the status of horticulture production in India. And horticulture includes these flowers, vegetables, fruits, spices, all those things. Just know in which sector, which state is top. For example, when you take roses, West Bengal tops in roses, followed by Karnataka. So those things, if we can know, we can like enjoy the learning things. Next, just scroll. So in page number 10, today's editorial, India's place in Russia-Ukraine peacemaking. So what is the role of India in because Russia-Ukraine war, it's going since 2 years. So, and now India in the next week, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits to Moscow and Kyiv, and a possible meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky at the United Nations next week, and also with Russian President Vladimir Putin at the BRICS summit next year. So again, the people like Security Advisor Ajit Doval sir, and also External Minister Jayashankar. So they are also visiting different places around the world. And what is the India's role is? India since ages, since its independence, it acted as non-alignment to any country, and also strategic autonomy. These are the two tools of India. And also it acts as an honest broker and mediator, he's saying. And also India's abstention votes at the UN, and it refused to accept Western sanctions also. And in this context, they have told about some Nehru, USSR, Austria related things in the past that happened. So the orientation is more about what is the role of India and how India can bring the peace between Russia and Ukraine. And this topic is particularly important. Topic number 75 means effects of policies and politics of developed and developing countries on India's interest and India's diaspora. Okay, so that thing is there. Now let's look on the details of the Russia and Ukraine peacemaking, a balancing act. So because Russia Ukraine war is happening since 2 years, there is no signs of resolution, and global attention is shifting towards nations which might serve as intermediary for peace. For example, India. So they're gonna meet there, as I've said, and also India strategic position is about non-alignment policy and all. So it gonna participate, and challenges and opportunities for India is it can balance the relations with both Russia and the West, and it's a challenge for India. And but although we have the close historical ties with Russia, because there is a defense relations between India and Russia, and its values its growing strategic partnership with United States and European powers also, and Russia's increasing reliance on countries like India and China for economic and diplomatic support, when you especially in light of Western sanctions also. Uh, Nextly, about energy security, G20 things are there. So. Uh, so these things are there. There's no the dynamics of that, and nowadays there is Israel Palestina issue also there. So and India is the only country where it is a member of both the Quad, and Quad countries contains Australia, India, Japan, and US, whereas uh, BRICS contains Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Ethiopia, Egypt. These contains the BRICS. Just know what is the importance of BRICS and what is the importance of the Quad and how they are going on. And Quad summits are not yet done, so we'll see after completion of all those things. We can summarize at once. Just know that the dynamics that is going in India. Uh, and in page number 11, should children be barred from social media? So this is very important topic, because last year in 2023 in GS1 they have asked about child cuddling is now being replaced by mobile phones, discuss its impacts on the socialization of children. So this is a direct society topic that have been asked in 2023. And also this topic maybe you can relate to ethics also. And also in 2024, I mean yesterday's paper, essay paper, there is a question that social media is triggering fearing of missing out, FOMO, amongst the youth, precipitating depression and loneliness. Again, because social media, it can impact different strata of people. I mean, it can impact children, it can impact adults, I mean young people, it can I mean age old people also. So these things are there, and there are at the same time there are advantages also. So in this context there is one conversation that is went on in this article, one opinion, because this Australian Prime Minister, that Albanese, he has announced a plan to set a minimum age to use social media platforms, and what are the rules for it, and how how India is taking that. In that perspective, we need to know. And also, why this issue have been risen is there is a federal election in 2025 in Australia. I mean, next year election gonna happen, and parents are debating because this childhood, I mean, social media should be bad from the children. Those things are there. So that is by it's largely driven by the parent groups that is there. And also and what are the things that we need to do to tackling this issue, because people are suffering a lot with the social media, and the impact on the children is also more negative than the positive thing it's happening. So we will in this article we will see the functions of the social media with respect to the I mean children, and also dysfunctions, how functions and dysfunctions goes on. So basically they have given one example that South Korea's Cinderella law had banned gaming from midnight to 6 a.m. So from midnight to 6 a.m. South Korea have banned that gaming thing. So can India do that, so that the negative impact of the gaming on the children will be reduced? So, and also according to a survey, 80% of the children of the Delhi people, I mean around 10,000 children, they have did a sample, and in that 80%, I mean around 8,000 of the people have helped their parents to navigate online platforms. I mean how to use phone, those things. Okay. And also national, they have given one more statistic, NSSO, only 40% India know how to copy or remove the files in the computer. So the digital literacy, digital penetration is also less. And the nowadays the Gen Z children, they are very fast in I mean learning the things. They know more things than the youth, and because they are into coding, they were into different genres of the entertainment things. So that is there. And they are saying that because it is a digitalized thing, and we can't control that, and there are certain challenges to control the what children from social media. And also nowadays we can see the child influences on social media, and now for marketing purposes also they are doing many children, they are doing TikTok videos, they are doing content creation. And regarding this, they have given I mean with respect to other countries. In other countries, if the children is below 16 years and he's earning by the YouTube or something, the parents have no right to take that money. But in India, it's not there. And also, and banning something in the digital space is difficult, they are saying. And if banning is not the right way to go, what is the way to platforms to do better? Also, it's not there. I mean, there is age appropriate design code in the UK. In the UK, United Kingdom, they have made change so that people have better default settings when they join the platform and are exposed to minimum risk. So those algorithms, there are rules, certain rules in the UK, but in India there are, I mean, when it comes to the child safety and privacy, we don't have anything like India having. So that is there. So next, also we have to look on impact of social media on the socialization of children. So there will be some positive impacts, like they will be connecting, they will be socializing well. And also nowadays people, I mean children are speaking very good English because they are exposed to a lot of content that's going online. Cultural exposure will be there, communication skills will be there, through text, through video, through multi-purpose, I mean through the animation. So many people are watching Discovery Channel, and also the documentaries that goes in forest. So it also raises the curiosity to learn in the children. And also, so supporting networks are there. So negative impacts, maybe they will be thinking that that is the only world, and the risk of isolation is obviously there, and face-to-face interaction will be there. And also cyberbullying is there. Social media can impose children to bullying, and also inappropriate content, because they are highly vulnerable to get that sexual content, nudity content also, because children are don't know. Some random malware advertisements will come, they'll click on it, and we don't know the things. I mean, things might go in a wrong way. So that is also there. Understanding in this dimension with respect to social media is very crucial for the examination purposes also, because yesterday is also there is an essay question on that. So again, in page number 12, they have given about Sri Lankan polls, economic takes center stage. So in this article, they have given that Sri Lankan economy is little bit evolving day by day. I mean, it is improving. So what are the, why Sri Lanka, economic status, why it is not performed well in last few years, we'll be knowing that. And what is the role of China in that, how it is going, the dynamics will be understanding. So now, yeah, because what are the causes of the financial crisis in the Sri Lanka in 2022 is, one is COVID. And because tourism collapse happened, because in COVID time every country have maintained the rules of quarantine. So Sri Lankan economy is mostly dependent on the tourism sector, and because of the fall of tourism sector and unemployment issues, there are mismanagement of the things, also reduced the revenues. Because of reduce, if revenue of the government is reduces, then the governance, then the like good governance also it can't give. And because of not giving good governance, there might be issues regarding, structural deficiencies will happen in the governance process. And also during that time, Sri Lanka dependency on, for goods, for fuel, for food, for medicine, and also because of that it drained the foreign reserves, and it highly imported things. And also a ban on chemical fertilizers in 2021 further disrupted agriculture productivity, leading to food shortages. So as we know that Sri Lanka want to make organic, want to transform itself to organic cultivation and those things. So they banned the chemical fertilizers. So because of that, it disrupted agriculture productivity also. And also IMF package. So in 2023, Sri Lanka secured 3 billion extended fund facility. Just know what is extended fund facility from the IMF. So to stabilize its economy. Because of that, it's unable to debt restructure itself, and also fiscal reforms. It brought many fiscal reforms by increasing the tax revenue, by reducing the fiscal deficit, and also it has some defects, for improving the transparency and efficiency. But that was, in long term, it not performed well. And also because this monetary policy, they took the tightening of monetary policy to control the inflation, and to stabilize the Sri Lankan rupee. These things are there. And also impact on the normal people is rising inflation, unemployment, poverty. Public have protested against this, and increased taxes. So economic, these things are there. These are general things. And in this article, they have highlighted that people struggle silently to put food on the table every day. and that is one thing. What is the impact on people? Second one is, at least, economic crisis is there, and at least 500,000 jobs are lost, and also food insecurity is there because they have banned fertilizers and no food to eat, and if the food is being imported, then there is high price inflation, people can't afford, and the salary remained same, but the inflation is high, so that people fall under the below poverty line also. Poverty have doubled. So they have given a UNDP report published in March 2024, said that all people are multidimensionally vulnerable. At least 3 of the 12 weighted indicators, which is access to health, education, employment, income, and also 54% of households in Sri Lanka are indebted. So they are in debt, they were in crisis, and about 60% are household income. They lost household income, and though they are consuming less, now the expenses are more because of the inflation. So those things are there. Let's see the dynamics whatever happened. And the real GDP, they have given that real GDP growth turned positive in financial year 2023 and continue to stabilize. So what is real GDP? Real GDP is adjusted inflation calculation, which analyzes basically the or rate of all commodities and services that are manufactured in a country for a fixed term. Okay, and also it is calculated, it is expressed in the base year prices and referred to a fixed cost. So in that, just know what is real GDP, those things. And this is all about the Sri Lanka. And also electricity tariff hike is also highest electricity bills also have been witnessed in the Sri Lanka region. And in page number 14, Trump not to travel plan clarifies MEA after he claims meet with PM. So this is it's all about Quad Summit. Some opinion they have been given. We'll see whenever Quad summary will look on it. And in the same page, page number 14, they have given one article. India should increase court system capacity, reduce pending trials, says the FATF. FATF is a So FATF is Financial Action Task Force. It will categorize the countries into grey list, red list, something. Look on FATF, okay? And because money laundering issues are been happening in India, they are increasing day by day. And also we are unable to use the capability of the enforcement directorate. So some challenges are there. Just know why we need to increase the court system capacity. And yesterday also we have discussed about the speedy trial courts, fast track courts. Just know, link FATF, fast track courts, and the interdynamics between the topics. And the 15th one is Harappan civilization. Enigma remains even after 100 years of exploration. So one article have been given about Harappan civilization, about Director General of Archaeological Survey John Marshall. So this all summary has been already included in the NCERT book. Just go with that. Don't read this article. And also in the same page, Maharashtra government forms panel to formulate safety policy for school children, because recently there is a rape happened by a teacher on a 3-year kid of nursery who is studying nursery LKG in a school. So it's a very brutal incident that happened. And read regarding POXO and what are the other what are the limitations of it. Yesterday we have discussed. If not, please visit. And also in page number 16, White Revolution 2.0 to empower women, fight malnutrition. Amit Shah, he said, Home Minister Amit Shah said that we're gonna introduce White Revolution. So now, what is the need of White Revolution? Why White Revolution is important for India, and how it empowers the women, and also how it fights against the malnutrition. Because India is a very top country in producing the milk, and how we can utilize those things. So White Revolution is all about milk, right? So through the primary agriculture cooperative society, dairy, fishery cooperatives, how we can strengthen the women, and read how it imparts to food security. So food security is topic number 97, and employment is 86, and 87 is inclusive growth. So if growth is happening, you should include women also. Those things you can work on. And so in page number 18, Israel strikes hit Hezbollah, rocket launches in Lebanon. So Israel strike Hezbollah, and Israel, Palestine, those things are there. Just know what is this. And also China will high on Quad Summit's agenda, US. So Quad Summit after happening, will be knowing summary. And I think that's all for today. Yeah, in last page number 11, they have given about how Kerala reduced mortality from amoebic meningoencephalitis. So basically, amoebic meningoencephalitis is caused by the infection with Naegleria floweri, a microscopic amoeba commonly called a brain-eating amoeba. Okay, this infection destroys brain tissues, causing severe brain swelling and death in most cases. So because people are I mean they are swimming in the water bodies, so those amoeba is going into brain and it is causing. So just know, because it have high fatality rate, just know what is the I mean amoebic meningoencephalitis. Sorry for mispronunciation, it was very long. Okay. And you can also refer one video regarding that. Okay. And that's all for today. Thank you. Good night.